Hi, I'm Ross with Sky Management, and in this video we're going to show you how to replace a element in your hot water heater. If you're not sure what's wrong with your hot water heater, then click this little link up here that will take you over to our diagnostic, video that shows you how to test your thermostat and your elements to see if they're bad. But once you've determined that it is an element that needs to be replaced, here's what you need to do. So you're going to turn the power off to your water heater. All your power goes off, and then we're going to have to drain the whole thing. After you've turned off the breaker and all the power to your water heater, you need to turn off the water supply. Some water heaters have a shut-off right next to them. Ours is going to turn off the entire apartment. It's right here next to it. You may have to shut off the water to your house if there's no shut-off that's directly to your hot water heater. Now, if you're only replacing the top element, then you'd only have to drain it down to here, but we're going to go ahead and do both of them. So you're going to want to drain out your water heater. We've attached a little drain hose here. Lucky for us, we have a drain in the floor right next to it. If you have to drain it outside or something, it may take a little bit longer if it's not a real steep grade. You attach a hose on there and open this up. That'll allow water to come out down below. You can also open up your pressure relief valve so the air can come in the top. And it's also good to open up the hot water on some sinks and things so that it can allow air to come in that way and drain a little faster. It takes quite a while to drain one of these all the way out. So you may, once you get it set up, you can let it sit for about 20 minutes and then come back and check on it and see if it's empty. Once it's empty, we can close this back up and we'll be pulling out the element there and here. When doing so, it's nice to have one of these. And we'll include a link to this down below. This is a wrench that is specifically designed to remove these. If you're only doing one of these on your personal house, you can probably use some adjustable pliers that will allow you to get it out of there and not have to buy this little tool, but it's only a few bucks, and we have apartments, so having one of these is pretty good. We'll let this drain and come back and check on it. Your element's located here below the thermostat. There's two wires going to it. You're going to need to remove those wires. Now you can remove the thermostat. So this wrench is designed to fit over the back of that. And then you use a screwdriver to spin it. Once it's loose, you can pull it out of there. Oftentimes they are covered in calcium and are all corroded and nasty. This one doesn't look too bad, really. Now, there are different sizes of elements. So ours uses this 4500 watt. So you want to be sure and get a similar element to the one that's in yours. There is a rubber gasket on the element right here. Make sure that your new element has that on there, and make sure the old one is not still stuck in the hole. So run your finger around and clean out the hole. Make sure that there's not the rubber gasket still in there. And just slide in the new one. And you can start it by hand, and then once you get it started, you can use that wrench. Once you have it tightened on there real good, you can put your wires back on. It doesn't matter which wire goes to which screw. And the top one should be ready to go. You just repeat the same process on the bottom. So you can see the element split open and the coil even came out. It was in there. So we're going to replace that with this new one. Just like before, you're gonna want to clean off the inside. This bottom one, there'll be a lot of calcium buildup and stuff around it. You can try to suck that out with the shop vac and stuff. It's kind of a pain to do. Again, you want to make sure you've got your rubber gasket here and that the one from the previous element is not in there. Get it started there. Before I put the plates and stuff back on here, we're going to fill it up and we're going to test it out. So to fill it up, you're going to go ahead and turn your water back on. I'm going to leave the blow-off valve open. You want to make sure you fill it up all the way before you turn it back on, or you can burn your elements out again. While you're filling it up, you can turn the faucets back on to hot so that it lets all the air out of the lines. One last step before we turn our power back on is to, now that it's under pressure, check around the elements here and make sure that they're not leaking. If they are leaking a little bit, then you can get your wrench back out and try to tighten them down a little bit. If you got them real snug that first time, then they're probably okay. Mine look pretty good. So then we can turn the power back on. Listen for it to make a hiss sound. I can hear it come back on, so looks like we're good to go. Please like and subscribe for lots more tips.